So it's, you can see there, it's not soft all the way through, but it's just firm enough. If I break that open, you can see the light fluffy meat inside. Now you can actually eat these on their own, and if you add, I know some people add a little bit of Splenda to them. I actually add cinnamon again, a thermogenic, adds a very sweet, spicy flavor to something that is already quite sweet. And these eaten cold with a little bit of flaxseed oil or cold pressed oil such as Udo's oil on there is, I like it. Again, it comes down to a preference. It fulfills a certain craving of sweet foods that I can't find I get from any other food. So yams are a real good food item for that. So whilst we have our chicken cooking, some asparagus I'm just going to break up. And one other type here that I'm going to include to the mix are French beans, green beans. Again, good source of complex carbohydrates, high in fiber, and other foods such as spinach, kale, bok choy. These are great foods for helping to increase digestive enzymes. So by eating these foods, again, as raw as you're able to, or as less cooked as you are able to, I should say, they help increase the gut, digest food better, regulate your system, clean out your colon. I know no one really likes to talk about that here, but I am. Your colon, which is where all of the foods are really absorbed, is twisted up like this twisted hose pipe. Why do you find that when you eat sometimes you feel bloated even though you may not have eaten that much? Well, I can pretty much guarantee it's the types of foods you will have eaten that are getting stuck or held up in your colon. You ever feel bloated, or more so you can't lose the final pounds of fat even though you've been dieting for weeks or months, you've been hitting the treadmill, you've been weightlifting, you've been doing everything you know how to, you just can't lose that last couple of pounds around the lower belly. If you eat these highly digestive greens, green leafy superfoods such as kale, spinach, bok choy, asparagus, broccoli and French beans, within a week you will start to feel better. If you want to go one step further, go and see a hydrotherapist. Just go and do it. That's all I'm saying. That's all. I'll leave it there. Go and see a hydrotherapist. Give that a week or two. I can guarantee that pound or two of stubborn fat that they call it. Why do you think it's stubborn? Hey, why do you think they call it stubborn fat? Because it's not going anywhere. It can't. The body has this calcified, I'm not even going to go there, but what's in your digestive tract that you cannot get rid of, you need to be eating plenty more greens, drinking a lot of fluid, a lot of water. We're going to talk about that later, and just keeping it regulated. That's all I'm saying. I'm going to turn the chicken over. Again, a different knife that I cooked it with. Wow, smells great. And now, George Foreman, I don't really need to turn it over. I just like cross-hatching the grill marks. Makes it look like I'm eating a barbecued food. Okay, how are we going to cook our greens? Well, I'm going to get a large Tupperware box. These have so many different uses. I can store food in the refrigerator, I can use them in the freezer, I can use them as lunch boxes to take out and divide my food, and I can use them as cookware. So I'm going to put all of my food in. Now, you'll soon learn with this, certain foods cook faster than other. Broccoli will cook faster than certain beans, and spinach will cook faster than broccoli. So you may want to cook certain foods together, but I'm going to put some water in the bottom of this. And when it comes to water, I actually cook with bottled water. I don't trust water that comes out of the tap anywhere, especially in foreign countries, and I'm a Brit living in America, and don't get much more foreign than that. I use distilled water. It takes all of the toxicity out of the minerals and the other micronutrients that you may find in certain waters. The best water is one with a higher alkaline. Now this has no sodium, and we talked about sodium and potassium earlier on. So I'm just going to drowse the veg, make sure they're nice and moist, and put them in the microwave again until they're not soft, but just, what word did I use earlier? Squishy. Just firm enough that they're squishy on the outside. top goes on, allow that heat. I'm kind of steaming them within the microwave really. Again, 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, so I mentioned one of our meals is going to be grilled chicken, check, with steamed or microwaved veg, check, with a yam, check. What about that second meal, that pitta kind of chicken mix in there? Well, that's going to be really easy to prepare. Plate, it's just had veg on, I can use that again. Again, new knife. One pitta is about 40 grams of complex carbohydrates, so that's fine to use as a meal. Open the pocket here, a pitta pocket. And when the chicken comes out, I can cut that up and put that in there, but I want to add something else to it, because just plain grilled chicken and a dry pitta is not going to be that appetizing, that mouth-wetting. Red pepper here, add a bit of color, bit of texture. I think it's important when you're eating clean and healthy that you include different textures in each and every meal, as well as colors. I like my food to look appetizing, not just taste good. And you know what? Others around me start saying, what are you eating? Where did you get that from? I made it. You made that? No one believes me. I'm a great cook. Force of habit. I've had to learn how to cook well enough to be able to allow me to eat those foods each and every day for pretty much every meal. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut these up into, I'm going to dice them. Not quite as good as the professional chefs, but I don't do this for a living. At least I don't get paid for it. I've just found another use for Tupperware as a mixing bowl. So I'm going to put my red peppers in there. Celery stick. Again, another one of those super digestive, high-end enzyme foods I spoke about. And these are great for, you know, dipping. Peanut butter, good source of fat. Almond butter, even better. A little bit of hummus maybe. These are both good protein sources. If I need a little snack or I'm searching for food to eat in between meals, a stick or two of celery or a carrot stick, rhubarb, and try that one. In with some hummus or some peanut butter, a little bit of low sodium salsa, always does the trick. So, final thing that goes in the mixing pot, one of these, avocado. Good source of healthy fats. Again, just limit the amount you have, because half of one of these may contain as much as the fat serving that you need in one meal. So grab a clean spoon. I'm going to scoop out the meat of the avocado. I'm just going to put it into my mixing bowl. Get a fork and I'm going to mash them up, just mixing the avocado with the red pepper and the celery. When my chicken comes and I can dice that up, put it in here, add maybe a little bit of balsamic vinegar oil, some plain vinegar, or one thing I like to use, another one of these superfoods, apple cider vinegar. So I might add a little bit of this into the mix here, which I'll do now, just to give it a little bit more fluid in there, a little bit more of a consistent mixture. Again, you can add some cayenne pepper in there with the thermogenic effect. You can see now how we can start adding ingredients in there which just add and add to the body's ability to burn body fat. You know, the more foods we add, the better it's going to be. Okay, just ready for my chicken, which is ready to come out now. So I'm going to move my yams out the way.